I did want to say a few things. Let's see here. The first thing I wanted to say is our team is killing it. Like, I can't give actual numbers yet because it doesn't give us official numbers until the second Friday of the next month. So next Friday morning, I will have the official numbers. But I'll just tell you that Brigitte has sent me a message and she's freaking out. So our team's doing awesome. Keep it up. So I'm really excited to see what we're going to do. In terms of like setting the month up, just so you guys kind of know how my head and my brain works, because I feel like that's kind of my duty here. I'm in the middle of the 21-day fix challenge. So we're in week 1 of that. So I'm going to factor in 2 more weeks. Okay. So that means a new challenge group for me will be starting on March 18th. So that's what I'm gearing toward. All right. That's what I'm selling toward. That's what I'm recruiting for is for that. I'm also always on the lookout for people who I think would be a good coach on our team. So know that I'm selling, or I'm pushing to sell challenge packs by March 18th for that new challenge. But then also for coaching, we have a coach sneak peek on the 9th. That is next Saturday. That will be in the Facebook group. I did like our coach call that we had, like the What is Coaching call, but it was just coaches who had already signed up. So it turned into a new coach call, which was really cool, and I was totally fine with that. But what I'm looking more toward is someplace that women can go and get all the information that's up to date, and not have to be there at a specific time, and they can go through it on their own. So the coaching sneak peek will be next Saturday, the 9th. Can you guys think of anything that I am forgetting about that is a big deal on the 9th? Would that not be a good idea for any reason? Okay, so the 9th is the coach sneak peek on Facebook. So go ahead and write that down. Also, the ultimate portion fix comes out on Monday. I know Tara is getting the challenge pack for sure. And are you doing certifications as well? Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm so excited. I'm like freaking out. So I'm going to be doing that too. I don't know if I'm going to get I don't really understand how the challenge packs work just yet. I'm just going to I'm going to be totally honest and transparent here. When it launches, I'm going to look at all of the options then. I'm not going to go find like a bunch of training right now and read through it when it's just going to be all right there on Monday. So I'm not really sure on prices. I'll be totally honest with you. Tara, do you know those? I know. I'm like, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it.
I do know that Monday's only coaches though. It's
yes,
not everybody's just coaches.
Which is awesome, right? This is the first time they've ever stacked the release to where coaches get to purchase 2 weeks before customers do. So we actually get our feet underneath us before people start asking us tons of questions. So I'm pumped about that. That was super smart on their end. And it works really well too, because the challenge group that I'm going to start again on the 18th will be when that challenge pack will open up for anyone else too. So it's not exactly perfect timing, but it's pretty close. I think that's the last thing. All right, does anyone have any questions before I turn it over to Alexis?
Yeah, Lauren, I have a question with the way you're doing your challenge groups with the ultimate portion fix, because I know when people sign up for the ultimate portion fix, then starting April 1st, they're reshooting 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme.
Mm-hmm.
So is that lining up like with your timeline, or are you pushing like both at once? Like if you get ultimate portion fix, then you get to be part of the reshoot and the live stream filming.
That's a good point. So you're saying maybe wait?
Or like I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know. Just because, April 1st is 2 weeks after they can order their stuff. So, like, if we as coaches can order Monday, then we have enough time to do ultimate portion fix and 21-day fix or extreme for 3 weeks and then go into the reshoot. So if we did, as a coach, signed up on Monday and had time to do 21 Day Fix and invite people to do 21 Day Fix with us, knowing that like 2 weeks later they could get the ultimate portion fix and have all their stuff in on time for the reshoot and then start it again. I mean, I don't know. I'm asking because I don't really have a plan, but I wanted to incorporate that somehow.
I'm glad you said that. Okay. I'm glad you said that. Okay, so then in that case, what you would say is don't start your
But I also know, like, I know it takes a week or so to get all your stuff in. So it's not like you want to wait to have people buy it. You just want to make sure like your challenge groups line up with that, right? Like, I still want people to order the ultimate portion fix on the 14th when it launches, because then you have 2 whole weeks to get all your stuff in. You can play around with the programs. You can try 21 Day Fix as it is now and then later. But I don't know how you're running challenge groups. And we have, ours is about to end. Like me and Chelsea's is about to end.
Yeah. Huh. Well, that is really crappy timing then. I know you love me. Okay. Yeah, I would say then in that case, for the majority of us, what it makes more sense for us to do is to even not, I mean, okay, so from today until the 17th, just talk about the ultimate portion fix. Like really talk it up, post about it, explain about it. For those of you that have no clue what the ultimate portion fix is, it is the container system. That's what it's called. And what they are now doing is they're just putting more of an emphasis on it again because it's been around for 4 years. And so now they're putting an emphasis back on it because it still works. Like it's still the perfect food eating system. And so what they're doing is they're selling challenge packs for that starting on the 18th, but it also comes with BOD. So that is a challenge pack in itself. And then 2 weeks later on April 1st, they will reshoot. So it'll be Autumn has redone the 21 Day Fix and the 21 Day Fix Extreme, so that even though her old videos are awesome, these will be new and fresh and exciting, and people are going to be really excited about this. So here are the kind of posts that I saw another coach do this, and I was like, well, that's sheer genius. The 21 Day Fix was such a revolutionary program, okay? Like mind-blowing, revolutionary. Almost everyone has done it. Almost everyone. And if they don't, they have like the DVD sitting around or whatever. And so I saw another coach go, where are all my Facebook friends that have done the 21 Day Fix? We're having a reunion. It's going to be awesome. And so what she did was she had a lot of people just commenting, and some of them were not her customers, clearly, because whatever. But here's the thing. She got a lot of engagement out of that post, but then she was able to go through and say, hey, are you still working with a coach? Because the honest truth of it is 4 years ago, a lot of those coaches are going to have quit by this point. So this opens it up to where you can now like take these customers who were open customers, really, who don't have coaches anymore. We never want to poach customers from a working coach, clearly, but if their coach quit, then that's a different story. So that was a really good idea. I think you guys should make about 2 or 3 of those types of posts on Facebook and Instagram, because remember, not everyone's going to see them every single time, and try to like build some relationships with those people. Then on the 18th, that's when you say, hey girl, it has launched. Are you ready for the challenge pack? They say yes. They say, give me more information. I'm not really sure yet. They say, let me talk to my husband, whatever. Get their emails, send them the share a cart, and then start selling on the 18th. Does that make sense so far? Okay, sorry. I'm trying not to just ramble here. And then from there, just do the 21 Day Fix workouts until the relaunch, and then I'll start on the new relaunch on April 1st. Does that make the most sense? I think so. Okay, cool. So there's another option. So just so you guys know that. Some of you are probably sitting here going, what the heck is she talking about? Feel free to call me after the call's over and I'll walk you through it on a personal level, just so you know. Okay, I'm going to take no more of Alexis' time here, and I'm going to turn it over to her. And yeah, you can share and do all you want, girl. I'll mute myself here.
Okay. Well, I was telling Lauren that I was super nervous to do this, but you guys are all way more attentive than my sixth graders. So let me figure out, maybe. Okay. Can you guys see my slides? Yes. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay. So like Lauren said, I'm going to be talking about writing and creating content today. I'm also going to be coming at it as like an English teacher, so just bear with me. Just a quick note on taking your photos. Make sure you capitalize on your good hair days. Here in Northeast Missouri, we had a stretch of snow days that seemed like it lasted forever. So I would purposefully get ready and pose in locations around my house during nap time. So I had some pictures on ice. If you haven't yet, make sure you invest in some kind of tripod or mount. Even like a pop socket is really beneficial. You can hang it on things and try to take your pictures. Make sure you're always trying to use curiosity marketing. So if I am taking a picture with my Shakeology water bottle, I'm not going to have this out because I don't want people to see it. So I'd probably try to take a picture from this side. Hold on just a second. Maybe. Okay. And then make sure you use your windows. That's super important. That's going to give you your best lighting. Let's see here. Okay. So on content inspo. I know it's really hard. It sometimes seems intimidating to come up with new, fresh ideas. So things that have helped me create my content, I make sure to take notes about what I'm reading in my professional development, things that my kids say in the classroom, or just things that I read or hear on my podcasts. Also think about things about what did you need to hear before you got started and what do you currently need to hear, because if something's laying heavy on your heart, somebody else probably needs it as well. You could also talk about how the program has changed you. Have you gained more confidence? Have you lost inches? Have you gotten stronger? Can you fit into those jeans that you really wanted to fit in? So talk about the benefits of the program that you're doing, but curiosity marketing. Tell a piece of your story. Now, I would keep it very minimal. I would just talk about a small piece of your story, because if you try to write it all out, it will overwhelm your readers and they're going to check out. Look at other coaches' posts. So here in my classroom, we do a lot of things with mentor texts. So I pull a piece of writing and we talk about, what is this author doing well? What is this author trying to convey to us? And think about that as you're scrolling through Instagram too. Think about the people that you see on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever platform you're using. What do they do well? What attracts them to you? Just think about that. Or address the objections that you receive. Oh, I just don't have the money right now, or I just don't have time. Make posts about those objections. Okay. Content objections. Do you guys see what I did there? I don't have time to write long posts every day. Yeah, neither do I. Or it takes me too long to think of something. Same girl. So a couple of things that really help me is to plan. I'm going to share this stuff with you later. That way you have access to it. But to plan out your themes, ideas that you have, or pictures that you want to use, that really helps. If you don't have a Gmail, get one. I do everything on my Gmail, on my Google Drive, and that has really helped me keep my planning straight. Create a Google Doc, or you can use mine. Like I said, I'll share that with you at the end, to log all of your inspirations, hashtags, and photo ideas. So this is what mine kind of looks like. I have it mapped out every week. You can see I have like next week, because my challenge group is doing the 21-day fix, I want to start with creating good habits. I'm going to use the 7 habits of highly effective people each day, like just touch on something about that. As you can see, I don't have it all filled in yet because I don't really know exactly what I want to do, but throughout the week as I add things or change things, it'll look more complete. So Sunday is going to be proactive. Monday, begin with the end in mind. Like, what do you want at the end of this challenge group? Tuesday is put first things first. Like, you have to work out. That's just part of the thing. Wednesday is think win-win. Thursday, seek to understand, then be understood. I don't really know how I'm going to incorporate that yet. Still working on it. Friday is synergize, which is going to be teamwork. So I'm really going to be promoting like being a part of a team. And then Saturday is sharpen the saw, improving yourself using professional development. And I will give you a link to this in Google. That way you have a copy of this. A couple of things. Sorry, I got to look at my notes here. So I always try to stick with a theme throughout the week. It helps give a sense of like completion to the week. It just seems more whole in my brain. So I try to stick with a theme. Like I said, the 7 habits of highly effective people. Make sure you take your pictures ahead of time. The last couple of days I have been able to snap one really quick, but I really need to work this weekend, especially about getting some pictures in my arsenal ready to go. And then when you put all of your text and your hashtags in one place, then it's super easy to just open the Google Drive app on your phone and copy and paste it into your Instagram or your Facebook. And it takes like 2 seconds to do it. Content objections, part 2. I'm boring. I have nothing to share. My life is boring, whatever. I used to feel this way too, because like I get up, I work out, I go to work, I go home, I hang out with my kid, and then the day starts over again. So there's not a lot of diversity in my day. But you have to remember that everyone has a story to share, and yours is important because you are going to connect with somebody that nobody else can. Make sure you keep your content focused on you. So this is from Instagram. It's like a spread of 9 from last year about this time. And I am only in 1/3 of my pictures, which is great because you can obviously tell I love my son because he's in all of the pictures. But when you're posting on social media, you need to make sure that you remain the main character, because that it's all about you and what you bring to the table and the story that you have to tell. Now, obviously, there will be times where you want to showcase your kid or something else. Oops, sorry, guys. How do I go back? There we go. We'll want to showcase your kid or like some scenery outside, which is great. But just make sure that you are staying consistent with keeping yourself as the main character. So I talked a lot about mentor texts earlier, and I'm going to show you 2 girls that I really use as mentors. So the girl on it's my left. She's got her phone up with the hat on, and she's holding her laptop like in a mirror. That's Katie, I think it's Skoltes. I just came across her a couple of weeks ago, and she is so like, I just mesh with her so well. She's just very direct, like to the point. She doesn't give a lot of fluff, and that's how I like things. I don't just tell me, like, if you want me to do something, just tell me, don't beat around the bush. So I really like the way she writes her posts. I think she does a great job of keeping to the point, inviting people right off the bat, and watching her Insta stories is really cool too, because she's very much who she is on her feed and in her Insta stories. One thing I will warn you about though is when you're looking for mentor posts, make sure you're staying authentic. Like, you can use mentor posts and other coaches' texts as examples, but your followers are going to know when it's not you writing the post. Think of it as like if I text my husband a question and then he responds, but it's like somebody else. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm going to be able to know like in that text that it's not him. Like I'll think it's his dad or like one of his friends or Anna or something like that. So make sure you are staying true to who you are and using your own vocabulary. And then the spread of 9 over on the other side, that's Ashley Smith, and she's Ashley Smith Fitness. She does a phenomenal job of taking and prepping her photos. I just love all of her pictures and her different setups and her presets and all of that stuff. So I really use her feed as a mentor for my pictures, like what I want to do, what looks good, especially because she has 2 little kids. Like I just have one, but she gives me good ideas on how to incorporate Maddox without him completely taking over my feed. And I realize I'm talking really fast, so I apologize. So a little bit of homework for you. If you don't have a Gmail, I highly, highly suggest that you get one. I do have a Google Classroom set up for you guys because that's just the kind of person that I am. So if you would just, like if you have a Gmail, just go to Google Chrome and type in Google Classroom, go to the link, and then it'll have a place where you can add a class code, and ours is 296T0BH. And I have like the weekly planner in there. And I just started using a monthly calendar so I can plan out my different content like in a big picture. But if you would just like to stick to weekly, there's that in there as well. If you create a Google Doc, when you create your Google Doc, I want you to share it with me. I want to see what you're doing because we share things. That's just how it works. And then I want you to plan out the next 2 posts that you're going to make. Bonus points if you tag me in those posts. And I can't see what this is right here. How do you move like the little bar thing at the bottom, Lauren? Okay, I got it. Just kidding. Just tag me in your pictures or your planned post because I want to see. I want to see what you guys have to say. I think it's really cool. So I know I talked really fast and it probably went too far, but let's see. How do I? Let's go here.
No, you did not talk too fast at all.
Okay.
Oh my
I'm
God.
just trying to find all of you. Okay. I think I got it. Can you am I sharing anything?
At the very top, it'll say unshare or something like that.
Okay.
Like view options, I think, up top there.
Oh gosh.
I know, it's hard. Sharing your screen is the real deal.
Oh, there we go. Stop share. Ha, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm sorry if I hit you with some information overload or talk too fast.
No, it's so good.
But I wanted to leave time for like questions or anything too.
Can you share the filters that you purchased, like
yes,
using them, what you like, what you don't like, that kind of stuff?
Okay. So I just went to Etsy. I know there are creators or like Instagram influencers out there who create their own presets, but I just can't justify dropping $40, $50 on a preset. So I just went to Etsy and I typed in mobile Lightroom presets and I found sets for like $2 or $3 a pop. Again, I used other people as examples. So I tried to find somebody with like a similar skin tone and, I have dark skin and dark hair. So I tried to find somebody with that. And I noticed that I needed something that kind of pulled kind of like a bronzy neutral color instead of it being like super, super bright white, like you would use because you're fair skinned and you have light hair. So that's how I decided what kind of filters I wanted. I don't know the name of the shop off the top of my head, but I'll post it in the group.
Y'all go creep her account to see what she's talking about. She's Miss Alexis Riley, MRS Alexis Riley. But all of her pictures look similar, and like they have I don't know, they look fall.
Do you want me? I can pull mine up if you want me to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey Alexis.
Yes.
Do you go back through and redo all of your photos to have the preset, or just like the ones once you bought the preset moving forward?
I just moved forward once I bought the preset. I don't know. I didn't think it would be a good use of my time to go back through and delete pictures that I wasn't using, because that's part of my story. Like, I'm learning, I'm growing, and people need to see that too. So I don't know. That's just what I was using. Good question though. Okay, I'll pull up my thing here. Okay, so can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay, so I tried to keep all of my filters the same. Like this one, can you guys see my cursor too? I don't know what all you can see. Okay, so like this one was at 5 o'clock in the morning, so it's dark outside, and I'm just using the floor, like my house lights, so it's gonna look a little different. But like all of these have like daytime lighting with windows. The two best rooms in my house to take pictures are my front room, which we never use, and our bedroom. I don't know, it just has great windows and great lighting, so that's where I do the majority of my pictures. Like this is our front room here. I don't know, and it took me a while to play around with what I liked and what I didn't like. So you can see like some of these in here look a little different, but then once I found what was really working and what my audience was liking, that's another thing that really drives what I post and my pictures. Obviously I'm going to stay true to like what I want to do and what I'm trying to share, but you also have to keep in mind like who's watching, are like, do they not like my content? You have to keep your audience in mind too. So I'm just all over the place, I think.
No, you're not. We're asking about it. Another thing, when did you start putting a frame around your pictures? Or do you?
What do you mean?
It looks like your pictures are spaced out really well. Like they're not all touching each other. Does that make sense?
Oh, I don't know. That's just the way it's.
Maybe that's just
Okay. Like on my phone though, if I take a picture that's like upright like this, oops, sorry. If you go in here and you like double tap, it'll like make it longer versus just having it be square. Okay. Does that help? And that's just stuff that I play around with. I'm not a social media genius by any means, but I just play around with it a lot. I think it's fun. Any other questions? I'll stop sharing this so you can see each other.
Sorry, I keep muting myself and forget.
No, it's okay.
Can we take a picture really quick before I forget? We don't have to be done. I just don't want to forget.
No, I get you.
All right, everybody smile. Okay. Nope, try it again. Okay, everybody smile. Lindley. Okay, that should have gotten one. Okay.
Okay, I forgot something. Can I throw it in before we're done? Okay, so a couple of things. I showed you the schedule of like how I had things mapped out and ready to post. That doesn't mean that that's what I post every single day. Like there are times where I hear something on the way to pick up Maddox from the babysitter. I'm like, yes, I have to share this. And then I just punch it out really quick and I share it then. So it's not like once it's in the Google Doc, like it's gospel and it has to be what it is. And then I forgot the other thing. Oh, so I've also really learned to not be afraid to post things. So when you go to my feed, there's a picture of like me sitting on the floor with my laptop, and I have like my leggings and Energize and stuff being displayed. Anyway, so it's a really gross picture of me that I think anyway, because Austin said something inappropriate, which he does all the time. And it just made me laugh. But there are different laughs between like, oh, I'm posing for a picture, pretty laugh with like, but then I captioned mine with like ugly double chin laugh, where I'm like in the middle of the picture. And I got so much love from that thing. Like, oh my gosh, yes, that's so true. Like, people related to that, even though I was totally embarrassed about it and I was so nervous to post it. That's really what resonated with people most, like being real and like Yeah, I can take cute pictures with my kid, but also I have a really gross double chin when I laugh sometimes, especially when it's really hard. So that's what we're.
You remind me to ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think I'm starting to find out and like run into is like Brandon's opinion about what I post. And it's really important to me that I honor him and that I'm respectful to him. So, but like he gets embarrassed about things that I don't. So how do you manage like your spouses and your significant others and like how they respond?
Do you mean like pictures or content?
Both.
Both? Okay. Well, one thing, my husband does a lot of the picture taking for me. So if he doesn't like it, he's just going to tell me like, don't use this one, or that's not a good picture, don't use it. And he's not saying that like to degrade me by any means, but he's just very honest about those kinds of things. And I just try to post so that, because my account is public, like if my students wanted to, they could look up what I'm posting about. So I just try to stay true to my personal beliefs. Like I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to like show a picture of like me in my underwear. I don't know. I guess that's just a conversation that you would have to have with your husband. Mine's pretty open about what he likes and doesn't like. And like Anna's shaking her head because that's her brother, but she's like, yep. Mm-hmm. Like he's going to tell me if he doesn't like something or is uncomfortable with it. And he does a lot of my proofreading too. I'm like, hey, how does this sound? So I don't know. We're just very transparent with each other, I guess. So I would just have that conversation.
I have something to add on that too. My husband in the beginning, he was never unsupportive of this by any means, but he was just kind of like, oh, this is something so cute that Lauren's doing. Like he didn't realize like this was truly a business. And I had to have it was not heated in any sense. So don't get that like picture of this, but like we just sat down and I explained to him, like, I want you to look at these Instagram accounts of what these other women are doing that are top coaches in our company. And I want you to see what kind of stuff that they're posting. Tell me like what you would be okay with, what you wouldn't be okay with. And then also like, I don't post a lot about Josh. If I do post about him, it's in the context of we, as in like,
yeah.
Like the other day I made a post that we're both quitters, but if you read through the post, it's my story of how I quit. I didn't really talk about his story about how he quit, but it's okay because we're both like okay with that story. And I knew he would be okay with that. So I just kind of like, you know, some things, if I'm like, I don't know if he'd be okay with me sharing that, I ask him first. But most things, like I'm in tune with him enough to know that it's not going to bother him. I know I can post this. If not, I can take it off later. The biggest like debate we have is our kids. He doesn't really want our kids on there quite as much. But that's very hard when I'm reaching out to other moms. So that's like the biggest like friction that we have with it. But I'm learning as I go, like what is okay to be posting with him, what's not okay to be posting with him in his eyes and that kind of stuff. So I think just like having a sit down conversation of like, this is legitimate, like women really build this and here's what their feed looks like. Here's what it looks like they're doing, you know, and just what is okay with you, what is not okay, that kind of stuff.
And that kind of goes back to like keeping your feed as you being the main character. So like I do throw Austin in there. Like yesterday, my post had Austin in it. We were doing an afternoon date, but any other questions? Don't forget your homework, guys. I'm going to be taking it for credit. So
I'm so pumped about some homework. I need accountability.
Yeah, that's what, well, see, I text you, I'm like, I'm so extra. I set up a Google Classroom, but that's just how my brain works. So
Can you tell me the code again to get to that?
Yeah. It is, oh shoot, where is it?
I'm going to put it in the group message after this.
Yeah, it's 296T0BH.
Okay. I'm so excited. All right. It's going to kick us off in less than a minute, it says. So I'm just going to go ahead and say bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Did you email that to us? Like, how will we get it?
Good question. Did you hear that, Alexis?
The Google
Do what?
Classroom.
Oh, I'll put it in our group.
Okay. In the Facebook group? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.